Dave Bjorkman. 1917, West Royal Way Northwest. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. T5S1T6. PH 780-716-5901. Email davidbjorkman@gmail.com. June 28, 2021. President of the UNSC. Sven Jurgensen, Permanent Representative of Estonia to the UN. UNSC P5 China Rep, Zhang Jun. UNSC P5 Russia Rep, Vasily Alexeyevich Nebenzaya. UNSC P5 USA Rep, Linda Thomas Greenfield. UNSC P5 UK Rep, Barbara Woodward. UNSC P5 France Rep, Nicolas de Rivière. Dear President Sven and Honorable P5 allies from World War II, I am writing you today on an urgent matter of children's genocide in armed conflicts. As you are all aware, I am not a delegate of the UN State of Canada, but a modest Canadian defined as colonial third-class citizen by definition under the Constitutional Act of 1867 Canada crafted during the League of Nations. As you are all aware, I contribute a modest sum of only 26 cents CND annually as a dues-paying UN citizen. I bring to you today this letter signed by more than 1,600 Canadians and Indian Act Indigenous from Canada to call on one or all of you to step up and stand against residential school genocide, whereby Canada's government at the federal, regional and municipal levels ordered the apprehension, assimilation and genocide of more than 100,000 Canadian Indigenous children, with armed RCMP who beat and arrested Indigenous parents, who refused to surrender their children even after 1952. There are records of more than 6,000 murdered/missing children, tens of thousands raped as young as 3 years of age, tens upon thousands physically and mentally tortured. This is cultural and ethnic genocide, clearly well above 3%. You, the P5, ordered a global pandemic with estimated numbers of mortality between 3 to 5% March 2020. I have spent 4 years of my life learning the United Nations in every resolution and solution by you, the P5 World War II allies. I have followed all your representatives and have gone through world academia to deliver on a promise to Canada's Treaties 4, 6, 7, 8 and 10. Today I ask each of you to return to your commitments made in the UN Charter 1945, Geneva 1948, Decolonization 1960, and absolutely fulfill your promise to the world, never again. Any one of you or all today can articulate and stand in place of Canada's delegation by condemning the gross breach of the UN Charter 1945. Queen Elizabeth II did not in any time, after her ascension, order any of this in Canada. The crown colonial power was stolen post King George VI's death in 1952, whereby UK removed forevermore all Governor-Generals and Lieutenant Governors of the regions. We come to you today not for roots of colonialism, or the non-UN state Vatican, but for Canada's politicians whom are guilty of the same crimes as Nazi Germany. You all ended the colonial wars by delivering the law of sovereignty, and so very much more for the entire world, for the first time in world history for all peoples. A resolution or a nod to Karim Khan, prosecutor of the ICC, to take over the investigation of already more than 1,000 children's bodies have been discovered in only 2 schools, would provide the world the power and trust in your world justice. A justice lost in Canada. We, the more than 1,600 First Nations firms and businesses, will present a narrative that does not involve the P5 or the Vatican. Further, we will support Karim Khan in absolute respect of international law as you detail. Without your intervention, Canada will continue as a relic of colonialism, an Axis power, and a destabilizer of the UN. This is also your chance to show the world the binding 5 are the allies and are to be trusted to live up to their obligations. End the Canadian genocide alive today. Free all the sons and daughters of Canada and the First People. Sincerely, Dave Bjorkman. And the 1,600 Canadians and First Peoples of the UN State Canada not sworn to colonialism in oath or by the Constitutional Act 1867/1982 enclosed.